Welcome to Cornwall and welcome to Kernow EXP. We explore from land, sea and air and the lost and forgotten places. So we're now about to go exploring. So let's go, folks. Hope you enjoy Kernow EXP, Cornwall's premier exploring YouTube channel. Let's go.
Hello folks, so how are you all doing? Well, it's out again with Mark this evening, Kernow EXP, and Dave! Well, Dave, we haven't seen David for a while, so it's nice to see Dave again. And we're in the former Small Arms Munitions bunkers, which is situated near RAF Portree. Once upon a time, back in World War II, this whole complex is a series of large shelters which were constructed purely to store small caliber ammunition and no doubt other stuff like rockets and small bombs and flares and that kind of thing. Oh, he's busted his box.
No.
Okay. Yeah, they were built to, literally built a bit out on a limb, because obviously these would have had, the contents of these buildings would have been quite volatile. So obviously, if they were attacked by a bomb or anything like that, and they did go up, then they would be a safe enough distance away from everyone where they could just blow themselves out and not be a problem.
Yeah. It's a fairly well built construction, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's prefabricated. No, it's not prefabricated, sorry. It's trench block. Now, if you were watching the video that we did the other night, we did actually say about trench blocks. And that's what these are. These date from World War II.
Basically, like your modern day breeze block, but a bit larger, made a bit larger.
Indeed, yeah.
And with different type of concrete.
So the ceiling here, this is actually the beams across. There's a massive beam over here. This would have been constructed first, and then if you look at the roof, you can actually see there's wooden planks, and that was the prefabrication where they would put cement on top, and it's left the ghost of the planks, and you could see the wood, the lines in the wood of everything as it was.
Yeah, they are hardened buildings. So they do have a bit of inbuilt resilience towards things like rounds and small rockets and things like that. But obviously, the history of them is mostly unknown, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But they're just listed on the EDOB database as small arms munitions storage buildings.
So do you think they would have kept like Spitfire bullets in here and stuff like that?
303 machine guns. Yeah, large quantities of stuff, basically. I mean, bullets obviously were in cases, and they're obviously in cans and stuff, and then they were in smaller cases, and then it's a bit like a one of those box games, folks. Where you take the box out of the box, and it's a smaller box, and this, that, and the other. Yeah. So, but of course, ammunition and things like that would have been important for it to be stored in a dry environment, and of course protected as well. So it would have been free of any sources of ignition, and away from anything that's likely to start a fire accidentally, or that sort of thing.
So a bit like the gunpowder works that we've been as well, where things would have had to be kept dry, no sparks.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been. Everything would have been stored here, and it would have been accessed and removed as and when required, and then probably would have had several trucks or whatever that would have coming over here, loading up and then driving off to the waiting aircraft or whatever the purpose was, really, wherever it was, whether it was machine gun bullets for an anti-aircraft machine gun position, or whether it was flares for aircraft and stuff like that.
Do you think it could have been better for QLs, because that will link in with blown 8 cylinder?
Oh yeah, and the American Chevrolet trucks.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they were. Oh, definitely. I mean, all different types of vehicles and stuff, and tractors and stuff we also use like that with large trailers and all sorts of stuff really.
Yeah.
But
I've just realised actually you can have a coffee because I've got Lucozade there as well.
oh, fabulous!
Unless you want a Lucozade.
I don't know, mate.
No. What would you like, Dave?
Coffee.
Coffee. Right. Should we have a brew up before we do anything
Yeah,
else?
yeah. Let's do that. Oh, yeah.
Dave, could you get the rucksack, mate? Because I can't move.
Okay, I'll get it. You say that.
Yeah. You alright? Yeah. Alright.
You go in. Thank you. Brilliant. Right, let's get a brew. Before we do anything else, folks, so we've got the usual cups, all sealed in the bags and no contamination. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got a new speaker. This is a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh wow!
So we're going to use that for spirit ship.
All right.
Maybe. We've got water.
Not going to be playing any
Copyright music.
rave music for it or anything.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, it's a shame, folks, because these buildings have been largely neglected. Well, since the end of World War II, they've been pretty much redundant. And, the modern day RAF base, which is here now, which is exclusively a radar station,
It is.
well, it was only reopened in 1979, and once it was reopened, lots of the land that once consisted of our infantry was the perimeter was made smaller, and like this land is now outside of the Ministry of Defence property that's there, and it's basically left to the farmer and left to nature to destroy and reclaim things.
Yeah. So I think it's important that we document these places before they're obliterated.
The funny thing about them is I think they're in, was it in banks of 3 or 4, isn't it? Banks of 3?
I think it's 4.
Banks of 4, yeah. So there's a big section here, which we're like pretty much in the middle. There's some more just further up, and there's another field just down there where there are some more located down there. So it's quite a decent quantity, or quite a large quantity of ammunition and munitions that could have been stored in these buildings. Right? So,
Yeah, massive. I've actually got a tin in my storage, which would have been the type that would have been in here. Have you seen that yet? And it's quite an interesting thing.
But it's just something as well. As always, I myself, I'm always keen to find out information about wartime sites as well. So I know that recently there's the RAF museum, I believe, are able to supply you with original plans and site maps of World War II air stations as they were there. And it'd be great as well if to try and get some photographs. Now, that's not. Oh, I've got another. Okay, yeah, it'd be great to get some find some photographs. But it's a difficult thing because obviously back in World War II, I can't imagine that somebody would have taken photographs of every single part of the.
Well, we are close to something that we seen some time ago, which we gained access to. Remember the Stone Chapel?
Oh yes, yeah. Well, that's in the vicinity, isn't it? Yeah. But that was a real mission to get to, wasn't it? Can you imagine going back there now?
Oh, yeah.
Over it'd be even more, folks. We literally had to cut our way in. That was a great explorer actually, because it was
one of the big ones we ever did.
Yeah, what it was. It was we had to cut our way through the vegetation to reach it, which was a considerable distance. And then when we got there, it took us a while to find out where we were, to find out where it was. But when we got there, we realised we were literally right on top of it.
Yeah.
And then we had to,
I had no idea that it was there, folks, but I don't think anyone's been to that one
yeah,
for 20 years or more.
yeah.
It's just crazy.
But we ended up having to cut our way in through through the dense vegetation.
As in brought his petrol hedge trimmer.
We even bought a petrol hedge trimmer with us.
Yeah.
I think that was the piece of equipment of the day, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was, yeah.
But we, like you said, you know, I mean, it's located on ground that is completely wild and overgrown and neglected.
I think to be honest, if you were to study the archive maps and pictures, I think there's more up there than what we've seen on the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not far from the WAF camp
Yeah.
as well. And David has family connections to that particular location.
Yeah. But the WAF camp was, it's actually quite a considerable distance down in that way.
Yeah, I think about 2 miles,
Yeah.
maybe a bit
But,
more.
I mean, the site is a lot bigger. The whole of the RM4 tree is a lot bigger than most people realise.
Yeah, it is.
But it's one of the unique and terrible as well because their airfields are literally their main runways.
Does anybody want them to be like armies?
Oh, so yeah. Yeah, their main runways literally end at the top of 300 feet cliffs, which is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, we've flown a drone down there.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
But I know IM4 trees to say when you leave main runway, you've got about, I don't know, about 500 yards of brushland and then literally straight at the edge of the 300 foot cliff. Down to the Oblivion, which is great. Great thing. But, yeah, so interesting places to be in now.
Yeah, well, the thing is, our motto is the more you look, the more you find. And I've proven that time and time
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
and time again. I don't know,
And we found that, oh, do you remember, we found that it was near RAF Caribou. We found that dispersed telephones, oh yes, a little tiny building in the middle of the woods. Yeah, it was literally just a concrete building that's been,
forgotten.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's been forgotten by time, folks. It's amazing, really, because it's these sites like since we've been discovering forgotten World War II locations, I think we found quite a few, haven't we?
Totally, yeah.
And
And I mean, you think about what we found, which is just in this part of the county.
yeah, so it makes you wonder what else is out there, folks.
Yeah.
Like further afield from where we are. You know, I think over the next few years we're going to discover things that we had no idea existed.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just starting up.
Well, we're nearly done. We've got a bit of a boil. Let's give it a little bit more boil. Are we ready? Right, we go.
Yeah, we're ready.
I shall serve.
I've done something, I normally do it
Right, do you want to give me your cup, David? Because you can go first. And then Mr. Adam is.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do Adam first. Right
Oh,
here.
are you sure? No, do
Are you right here, so let's do you.
Do me first.
That sounds wrong, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Let go!
I think I got
Always impresses me actually. This little can, this little can that was brewing up into it. It seems to hold way more water than it looks like it's supposed to.
I've done something, I don't know.
You got enough for one yourself in there.
Oh, that's right, I got Red Bull. I use that water for washing the cups, right?
Oh.
Don't fucking drop it.
I don't know what mate can.
I got Red Bull now. I ain't any old Red Bull. It's a blue, the blue edition.
It gives you wings.
Yeah, I've done something, I don't normally do. I normally do at home.
Right. Go on, what was
I don't know
that?
what mate. You know what we do when I
You get the skin.
No, I don't eat the skin.
You know what to do?
Yeah.
You get the skin.
I don't eat it.
Oh, you
know the juice is still on it.
Oh yeah.
I did on camera. Sorry,
I
I did it on camera.
Red Bull, do it.
Yeah, I was talking coffee. I'm royal. He's royal.
Today is our mate Cookie's birthday.
Yay!
Happy birthday to
Same.
Happy birthday, Cookie Man.
Yeah.
I
I'm
really
getting-
want to.
He's all bit now.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out as well, Darren.
Well, we haven't seen Darren.
Darren, yeah, well, I keep saying it, Darren, if you're watching me, then we are going to get you out soon, mate, we really are, because I've been really busy, I've had loads of stuff going on, and all kinds of things, and the people who know first, they know. So,
Yeah, obviously with myself, I've had to move house, and
yeah, it's not
we've just got over that. Really, that was a big
Yeah.
thing for us.
Yeah, it's not a brilliant situation, but I'm glad you're okay now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
all right.
Yeah, and but all I know is that life just can be so difficult and awkward and for no reason at all, folks. But there we go.
Oh, you.
Yeah, it just takes the piss a bit sometimes.
Yeah, some things
Yeah.
you can't control.
Yeah.
I've learned that, but friendship is very important.
I'll maybe give a shout out to our YouTubers that we watch ourselves, mate. Maybe,
Yeah, big shout out to Matthew Williams, the
Secret
Secret Vault.
Vault, yes, the Secret Vault.
Go and subscribe, folks. He's a big inspiration to us.
Absolutely, as is IKS Exploration, folks. They're the ones as well. And, hope they're all doing okay up there in Kenty land where they live.
Well, they know me because I'm a member. So,
Oh, right. Oh,
so big up to Chris.
Chris.
Big up to Ian.
Ian.
And big up to number one fan. And not forgetting ALW Exploration. Hello, Andy. You alright, mate?
And these YouTubers, mate, they are massive channels and their followings are huge.
They are indeed. Yeah.
They're humongous.
They are.
We are not worthy. We really are not
Well,
worthy.
we are very similar to IKS.
Well,
We are
I
very
like to
similar.
think so. We are the Cornish IKS. Yeah. Well, we'll have to speak to Chris about that and ask him maybe if he could maybe kind of like give us an unofficial sort of title as the Cornish branch of IKS. Yeah. We'll have that in the comments, folks. Everyone vote for comments.
Well, actually, I've got a direct link to Chris because I'm friends on Facebook.
Wow, well, that's cool.
I'm number one
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, still retain our popular identity, but yeah, it'd just be good to
Yeah, indeed.
to get into that with
I'm pretty sure if they did take down, they would let us know.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. I know it must be difficult when you've got so many followers and so many subscribers and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I think what Ian
Yeah.
does is he backlogs videos.
Yeah.
When he went to Poland,
Yeah.
with the crew, and he filmed it all, edited it all,
Yeah.
and he's back in the UK.
I've seen some amazing footage they've done of some of their videos and visits to Normandy.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
They go to
something else. That is.
War and Peace as well.
Yeah.
up there, and that's quite interesting.
I'm not sure if the War and Peace show's happening anymore.
Oh, but what they used to go
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
used to
I've
go.
been to that myself.
Yeah, I haven't been to them,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, it was pretty epic.
But know that my living accommodation is fairly sorted for now, folks. That means we can start doing more stuff.
You can make a bit more plans.
Yeah. Now, I'm now officially on summer holiday leave because I do work for a particular school. And as you can imagine, right now the kids are broken up, so that means I've got a bit of time now
So that's
to
great.
get out
Are
there.
you getting paid for that?
Yeah, get a little bit of that. Yeah.
Fabulous. Yeah, fabulous.
So yeah, we're going to be doing some more stuff. Obviously, like David just said a minute ago, it is a member of the crew's birthday today. So Chris, happy birthday, mate. And is it all right? Is it?
Yeah, I was just checking behind the scenes, folks. Hello.
So yeah,
Just being a Chad.
big up to Mr. Chris, who's a member of the crew. So yeah, big up to you.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff coming later this year, including TWEX, two-wheel exploration, and we're going to be doing a lot more World War II in-depth videos, more new discoveries.
Yes, folks. And you don't know, we might even find some more Cold War stuff.
Well, yeah, that would be very interesting,
Yeah,
because it's
that'd be interesting.
anything like that, folks, we're going to be on it.
Yeah.
Like our permission visit we had recently at a public-built air raid shelter, which was awesome. And it's nowhere near here, folks.
A privately built air raid shelter in a private residence, you know, so that's quite unusual, really. I mean, I think there are one or two others, not similar by any means, but there are one or two other situations where there is a private house with, in the course over the course of time.
Yeah, I did actually film that.
Somebody has built their own air raid shelter back in the day. You know. And the other thing as well I thought about that shelter was I was thinking that would also have a, when you think about the 1960s, right? The 1960s, the Cuban Missile
Oh,
Crisis.
yeah.
You know, so I'm sure that shelter was, I mean, not much is going to protect you from a nuclear attack, of course, but you know, it definitely in terms of you know, I think in America they were much more forward thinking in the nation.
Yeah, they built a tremendous amount
nuclear
of
war and stuff like
shelters, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because I watched this other YouTuber from Michigan, and they actually discovered this Cold War bunker, basically, and it had everything in it.
Oh, that's right. All the tins of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, you know, mine sites over in America,
Yeah.
they used to put like food in there.
Yeah, that's right.
That was what David was
Do
saying.
you remember the, we was in the air cadets, we went in that command bunker, nuclear bunker?
Where to? Over here?
That country.
I
It
do.
was in the air cadets.
That's Shrewsbury.
Nearly, I think, it was, because we saw the door, the doors was thick as.
Yeah, they were metal doors. Weren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
I do remember.
Oh, that reminds me actually. Now, this is something that I've seen on, I've watched with Matthew Williams, maybe Matthew Williams will relate to this. But Rudloe Manor.
Ah, yeah. No, is that where we went?
Yeah, I would do matter.
So we've been Rudloe Manor folks.
So, I mean,
A lot of fun over there. There might somebody would like to stand to attention.
yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it was cool. Perhaps it was just the wind or something. I don't know.
It could be, but
Like,
we are kind of-
I specifically remember when I was a schoolboy, I was in the air cadets, folks. I mean, you know, it's a good thing to get into for youngsters, brilliant thing.
Yeah.
And
I got paid into it.
we spent a week camped at RAF Rudloe Manor, folks.
Yeah.
Well,
We
we was at Shrewsbury,
Yeah.
we went down on a day trip.
We did. Yeah, it goes
And,
underground folks, like the vault.
I mean, I know it's all shut down and closed down now, folks. So probably
The red door.
the information is well, you know, it is defunct because there's nothing there anymore.
Or so they say.
Or
But
so they say.
But
I specifically remember when it was open, we were there as cadets on camp, and I'm going back to very early 90s now, folks. So but in that instance, the place we went to was called 6SU, a signal unit.
do you reckon Adam was there when we were there? Because more than likely, because there was other cadets, wasn't there? There was other cadets. Did you see 77 Squadron when you was there? Because we went in there.
But you would have been a bit older than me.
Well, a little bit, but not much.
No, you would have still the same year. Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, so like David just said, folks, we've actually been inside Rudloe Manor.
We've already. Well, yeah.
When it was active.
Yeah, when it was
Bloody
kind of
hell.
like busy. Yeah.
And you forget, when you get older, you do forget things like, but David's got a bloody elephant memory. He doesn't forget nothing.
But yeah, don't do that things. Yeah.
You were talking about that air raid shop, Second World War ones you went down.
Yeah. I told you that the other night. I told you that he's got one in his garden. Tell him more about it.
What about it? It's all buried out. It's an Anderson shop.
Oh, and Anderson.
Yeah, but it's not just for his address, it's for the next door neighbour as
Both
well.
the neighbours.
Yeah,
Oh,
I told you, didn't I?
Yeah.
My dad said, I actually seen the top of it.
Well,
Was
the
it
dad
metal?
dug down.
Metal, was it
I
galvanized?
think it's galvanised, I can't remember. My dad dug down just to the top of it, and when he slipped in, he see the top. He said there was rats. Then he just buried it all up, then concrete on top. So, but
So you filled it in and
So it's still there?
it's still there.
he just topped the lot with concrete. But the next door neighbour, next door to me, over in that area, the Hong Kong, they said to me, Dad, yeah, their kids used to play in it.
Was there an entrance on your side and their side?
Well, they used to be open, so they used to be able to get through the garden next door. They didn't have no side gates, so just could get in that way. It was all open, so open plan, I think.
Yeah, I know this with the Anderson shelters. They were buried into the ground.
So yeah, basically it's corrugated sheets, folks, crankly tin, which is shaped. It goes up and then over, and you've got like a one little room where there's enough for 2 bunk beds and maybe
Houses that were built with
little
molly
tables.
But it's a misconception with them because obviously the flimsy tin on its own wouldn't protect you, but the way you could put it into the ground and cover it with earth, it was the earth around it that
Yeah, that
was always
Yeah, I used to work obviously for the National Trust, and there's a property down Penzance Way, and they were doing gardens and stuff like that, and they actually had an Anderson shelter down there, and I took pictures of it. It was really good.
Great, yeah.
Remember that underground bunker that you and Adam went to? He was doing it up, but
Oh, that's an ROC
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, ROC
Yeah.
post, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
need to-
ROC post, yeah, we emptied it out. I mean,
We need to go down there again at some point.
yeah, we need to get in there again, don't we? And
Yeah,
go
but
back
we
and
got
see-
permission
yeah.
basically. So
That was just a big thing with that was life got in the way, folks.
if you want to watch it, just look on either Adam's channel or Mark's channel.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's somewhere.
Yeah, we're in good contact with the owners and that, and
Yeah.
the guy that we were working with as well. We're in
Yeah.
contact with him, so we'll probably go back and see.
One thing as well we need to do is check out the St Agnes post again.
Yeah, no, I was told that was being sold privately,
It has,
but
I
nobody's done anything with
you
it.
can see the site hasn't been touched.
No,
basically.
no, so why-
it's just been
I
bought?
don't understand that, do you? Why would you buy something and just leave it?
Well, if you look at it this way, they bought a piece of land, right? It doesn't incur any costs, right?
Yeah,
It's just literally a bit of paper saying that they own the land,
yeah.
and they've paid the money for it. And I think if I remember, the good news about that site is as well, the person who bought well, I don't know about the person who owned it or whatever, but when the land was sold, I heard that the person selling it had bought the land with a view to building a house on it.
Right,
And I think the planning commission was refused,
right,
and I think that was one of the reasons why he sold the property.
right.
You know, sold the land.
Is that the garage at the top?
No.
No,
It was
right.
the whoever was there
Yeah,
at the time
I see.
living on the site. Yeah,
Yeah, because there was a guy in a caravan.
yeah, that was it. I think it was he owned it. Yeah, but
Amazing.
yeah. So
I'd love to own something like that. I really would. I would definitely.
oh
spend
yeah,
money
and the
on
ROC
that.
post. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But that's Jeff's old post as well.
Yeah. I remember you said about that.
Yeah, I know a friend of ours, Jeff. He was actually. You might have seen Jeff. He's been in a couple of my videos. He was the gentleman who was with us when we were looking around RAF Perrendorf.
Yeah, he's on one of my videos too, folks. He's a good chap.
And
Very
yeah,
knowledgeable.
Jeff was actually in the Royal Observer Corps during the Cold War years, and he was actually a observer in 37 Post, which was St Agnes Post.
Yeah, amazing,
yeah.
mate. Amazing.
Yeah, so
When I went down there last, there was like two or three bunk beds in there, and just not really much else, really. You know. But, it's
yeah,
been a
but
while.
what we'll have to do as well is over at Varian, folks, there is a
Museum.
National Trust own a restored, fully working, fully equipped RAC post, which is you can basically contact the National Trust
Yeah,
and you can get a guided tour of it basically.
yeah.
I think
That would be
one
something.
to do.
That would be something to do. Give you an insight
Yeah.
to what it
In
really
fact,
looks like.
That's been something I wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah. Well, Varian is
Yeah.
basically just on the north bit of the Roseland, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. There's also something else near there, which I think Adam ought to look at some point, is a chain low radar location, and there's quite a bit of that there as well.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, that would be quite good.
chain home station.
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
good.
Yeah, that would be really good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's just one of those things, isn't it? You know, constraints of time and
Well, yeah, you need to have a full day.
working obligation.
You need a full day
Yeah.
to basically. It's going to take you like an hour or so to get over there.
Oh,
If you drive the car or whatever, but on the bike it might take you a bit longer.
Totally,
whatever, But I've been over there a few times. And,
yeah, it's very good.
yeah, it's very interesting. It's also that was a decoy site there as well.
Yeah, it was a
You know,
deep one.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So
all
it's
like
quite
decoy
interesting.
sites, we've been to one not far from it, haven't
We have, and we need to go back there. And also, folks, I've been somewhere where Adam hasn't been, and it's another decoy site over at Pradanic Airfield. There's a decoy
Yes.
site there, which I
I
went on the
remember
day
you,
that we,
yeah. I remember you
Yeah.
saying about that.
and I filmed it, and I want you to go
Yeah.
to there because that one is more complete than the
Yeah.
one that we went to down here.
Yeah, and there's a few, there's supposedly around that area with Windmill Farm,
Yeah,
around where we
yeah,
were,
yeah,
there was report that there's supposedly some more stand shovels that are
yeah,
in that area
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Which
We did very well
Yeah.
that day.
definitely, yeah.
Finding what we found. I can't really say what we found because we don't want to say too much about it. do
No,
we?
no.
But we're going to be doing some more walking videos, folks. We're going to be walking through the woods with David and the rest of the crew. And I don't know if you would like to come.
Yeah, I'll come up with that. And Charlie the dog.
And
Yeah.
please invite Charlie the dog because he's my mate.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we can bring Charlie, and we're going to be bringing Hayley as well, and Mrs. Kerner EXP.
Wow, that'd be
So
good.
that'd be good because Mrs. Kerner hasn't been on many videos of late because of work commitments, but now we're on summer holiday mode. You will be seeing her a lot more, folks.
Great. That's
So
good.
that'd be good.
I was going to say, I had this weird, I don't know if I can call it a dream, it was a kind of a weird sort of thing. You know the Battle HQ down at Pradanic? We found it. didn't we?
Yeah.
I was thinking about, you had this humongous pub.
I have.
Right?
Or I did have. I don't know if I've still got it. Have I? Do I?
No, I mean, it was big and it filled the back of my car. But we drove down to it, and I just remember the bit of carrying this pump. You had one end, I had the other, and it was just so heavy. And then you got annoyed with me, and you picked it up and carried it by yourself.
Oh right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good thing.
Who would, if we wanted to do that,
Yeah.
who would we have to ask permission for? Because it
Well-
was the Wildlife Trust. 'Cause
Yes,
they own it.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
But they would say, oh, you'd have to put the water in a big reservoir and all this jazz.
Well, would it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
But the only other thing is to think about that as well is the water. Well, it could be. It could. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been in there for. You know what I mean? And that whole kind of
It's-
stagnant water.
Yeah,
thing
it's
is
probably. I
bacteria.
don't think there's any oil or anything like that in there.
No,
I
just
think it's more like
yeah.
mildew and.
Yeah, but there
horrible-
was a lot of water in there. Yeah, there was a lot of water in there.
Also, we did have a look at the command bunker at Paramporth Airfield, and you can only go so far with that because
Yeah,
it's
that is that. But that was, I do actually remember going back more than 10 years ago now. I went up to the airfield one day just to have a look around at some of the installations, bits and pieces, and somebody up there was working up there at the time. He said to me, oh, he said, come and have a look at the battle headquarters. And they had literally just pumped it out. I think they did up at the airfield.
So basically,
Pumped it out.
was it St Evil we went to? Wasn't it?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
basically a carbon copy of that.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
pretty much not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be slight variations.
I got a feeling there's probably more like original cable ducting and probably lights,
Oh,
and
there would
switches.
be,
and all
without
sorts of-
knowing what's in there,
Yeah,
we?
amazing.
We talk about Pradanic.
Yeah, well, we need to get you down there.
Yeah, there's not many aircraft there now, isn't there?
Well, I've been told there might be just one or two
Yeah,
there
it's not
because
been
the
taken
Navy
away.
got tired of people breaking in and what have you.
Because I was going to say something like that, because a lot of people make the that, you see videos on YouTube go down. It's like-
Saying it's derelict. It's not a derelict site,
No,
folks.
no,
It's
it's-
satellite.
The aircraft, the reason why the aircraft was put there and it was put in certain ways, it was for testing the crews. Like normally you see the what do you call them? When they do radar testing. You know when you see the aircraft.
Yeah, well, it would have been the Sea Kings, wouldn't it? What's
Not
it?
Sea Kings, the all planes.
I thought it was for.
Oh, yeah. Hawks, isn't it?
I thought it was for fire training.
Fire
Well,
training.
they've
also-
still got the
yeah.
fire training,
Yeah.
Mock out there.
Yeah.
but you remember the old aircraft
Yeah.
out there? Most of them are gone now.
Radar training, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then you
But-
go over, it's like if
Yeah, we cannot stress enough, folks, and there's going to be loads of people with sonar, there's going to be loads of people
Wanting
coming
to have a
down
look
and looking around, and they've heard about that and ever, but,
I can't really
Yeah,
say much
no.
because I went there with the secret vault.
well, yeah, but I mean, stay out of it, because it is heavily that.
Yeah, yeah.
and if you do take, if there is any aircraft, definitely you do take a bit of aircraft, you're actually taking MOD property.
And also, as well,
Which is bad news.
is another thing down there is there is loads of them, I've seen loads and loads and loads of them, folks,
Adders.
snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads of snakes down
Yeah.
there, folks.
Yeah. Especially now, because they like snakes
Yeah.
like heat, folks. And what they do is they go to the hot areas like the runway. So yeah, we're not telling you to stay away, but we're advising you, do not go down there.
Yeah, because as well, you've got mine workings as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And because the mine workings are on the MOD property,
And you
MOD
did camera
land,
properly today.
they don't do anything to cover them up, folks.
Yeah.
And also, like the paths and stuff is if fairly horrendous. You could hurt your leg or whatever. You could be there all day, folks.
That's right, yeah.
And we wouldn't know you were there.
We're not preaching,
No,
we're just saying,
but yeah,
use your common sense and just avoid it.
just a bit of a warning from the locals.
Yeah, from the locals, yeah.
Yeah, we're from
Yeah.
from the locals, folks.
Actually, down there's a target practice area right by the coast, which I want to have a look at down in.
There's a range, yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen that. I know of it.
Was
I
that
know
the
where
World
it
War II
is.
range?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the World War II range now.
I need to go and look at that. I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah.
With my crew as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, did you remember in the museum?
It's a bit of a walk
In
there.
the
They found some shells, didn't they?
the heavy anti-aircraft battery museum down on the Lizard.
Yeah, so if you want to go and check that out, folks, then ask
Yeah.
for Ian. He's the owner, and he will give you some excellent knowledge about
The
anti-aircraft,
Yeah.
the airfield, and
Yeah.
anything you want to know, really.
Yeah.
He certainly knows his
Yeah.
stuff. He's a good
And
chap.
they've also got an absolutely amazing. It's a
Oh
recent
shit! Sorry.
edition.
Sorry.
That's okay. A recent addition to the museum, folks. It is a fully overhauled and working British anti-aircraft gun, and it is amazing, folks. It is.
Yeah, I seen a video which somebody did at their open day this year,
Yes.
and they actually fired it.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Brilliant.
I think we went down to that, didn't we?
We haven't been. I haven't been this year.
Yeah, I went this year. Yeah.
Dave, do you want that, mate? Do you want that?
Give you wings. Yeah?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
so I'm
Yeah.
going to go back down to the anti-aircraft museum, folks, because we did mention to Ian last year or the year before about doing paranormal there, and he basically gave me permission, so
Yeah,
we
you
can
can,
arrange that with him.
you can check out the museum on Two Wheel Exploration, folks. I think I've
Yeah,
got 2 or 3 different videos about it now, so yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, please subscribe to Two Wheel, folks, because Adam does a great job.
Thank you very much. Yes. And Colonel EXP, of course.
Well, we try.
How many years ago that you and Chris was invited to go
With-
to our Davis? We did that.
2 years ago.
Paranormal.
2 years.
That was good.
Yeah, we're going to go back to
Yeah.
Davidstow, folks.
So
Hopefully with Adam as well.
Yeah,
I wanted to do a lot experiment, but Chris and Mark somehow they were drained. Something drained them.
Yeah, no, right.
But I was
Anybody want
going.
another brew at all? I've got enough water for one more.
I'm grateful.
You're okay?
You can have.
No, I got
You
you.
can have-
Yeah, it is worth for some reason, Davidstow, I think, you know, yeah, I mean, out of a lot of ones in RAF stations, Davidstow is very, I do believe it is very paranormally active.
Oh, it is, it is.
It was-
We experienced some stuff there
Yeah.
in the control tower, and I'm not bloody kidding. The thing is, right, we were, what was we doing? We was going somewhere else, weren't we? But that was a fail, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a fair
So we were up near Camelford, which is obviously near there.
Yeah.
You weren't with us on that.
I don't think I was.
No.
We was going to
So we decided to go to the control tower. We didn't plan it, folks, did we? Dave? We didn't plan it. We just turned up.
We was going somewhere else at the time.
Yeah, but that was a fail.
That was a
Don't say
fail.
nothing about
No.
what that was. Well, you can tell Adam, but not
We
on
could-
camera.
We could get onto the site.
No. So we couldn't get on the location. So we went to Davidstow.
Yeah, Davidstow.
We had the brew kit as we normally do, and we went into the control tower, went upstairs, and we went where the stairs goes up, and then you got the second bit and along. We went in the back room, and we were all in there because it was quite windy, Adam, right?
Peggy too.
Yeah.
We had Peggy, and Peggy's a little doggy, and her ears were up, folks, like that. And she was picking up something because animals do, mate.
Yeah, well, I've seen things and felt stuff up there as well.
Well, I'll tell you what we seen,
Yeah.
not with the naked eye, but with the camera afterwards, right?
Yeah.
What it was, because there was a flying officer billeted there all the time, wasn't there?
So there was the duty pilot.
Yeah.
Basically, a duty pilot. His job was well, you know, there was a rota on various squadrons, and on every evening, one qualified pilot would take up residence for the night in the control tower.
Yeah.
And his job was to be on standby in case he needed to speak to another pilot in the air
Yeah,
assist
to
him
understand.
to get them down, basically.
Well, what we seen that night in the middle room, now David, just before we seen this apparition, David went out and around to just have a look in the main room, main area bit. It's quite windy that night.
Yeah.
We all came back into the same room, and then a few seconds after David came in, there was a white fog that appeared and it was moving in the room. And you could see it on camera.
Yeah.
Bloody amazing.
Yeah, but that was.
Scared the shit out of me, right?
Yeah.
Didn't expect it.
We can see the lights are on now on the
Yeah.
radar site out there.
Yeah. Right, so we are going to do a small little paranormal here, folks. Now, I don't think we're going to get anything. We haven't done any paranormal for quite some time. So, do you both agree to do a little bit here?
Give it a go if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible you might have a. I mean, yeah, we are in very close proximity to a historic wartime airfield.
We are indeed. Right, I haven't done any paranormal for a while now, so it's the first time for a long time. So what we'll do is I don't want to do too long on this. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're going to put my next video on because I'll get a bit of a draft down in it now.
Well, if you want to have a coffee.